Funky mix. Start sequence. Let's go.
This is the Akaso EK5000 action camera. This one only does 1080p, but it's full HD. This one doesn't do 4K, but it does cost a little less, and most people can't play 4K anyway, so I shoot everything in 1080p anyway. It does come with a waterproof case. It's got a few of the accessories for the camera. It's got a USB cable for charging the battery. You can also do, it's 1080p at 30 frames per second. It's 720 at 60 frames per second. It's got a 170 degree wide angle lens. You can take this down to about 90 feet underwater if you put it in a waterproof case that comes with it. It's also got Wi-Fi, so you can download the app, which they tell you right here is important. It's got a new iSmart DV app instead of just the iSmart app. So make sure you get the right one and download it. Then you can connect the camera through Wi-Fi to your phone so you can see what the camera's seeing. You can change some settings in there, take pictures and video off your phone remotely. It's got a 2-inch LCD screen on the back so you can see what's going on. You can see what you've already filmed. It's got multiple languages. It's got an SD card that you need to operate this. It's not included, so you need to get one. It'll hold up to 32 gigabytes. It's got a 900 mAh battery. It lasts about an hour and a half, depending on how you're using. If you're using Wi-Fi, it might use a little less. It's got two outputs. It's got the micro USB, and it's got the mini HDMI, so you can plug this right into your TV if you need to. So this isn't too bad. This is like all the other action cameras that are out there. There's a lot of them. So you can see this one comes already in the case. It's got a protective cover on here. Make sure you take that off. There's another one on this lens. Take that off, or you're going to get a pretty terrible picture probably. To take it out of this case, you just snap this up and lift it up. Real simple. Not a lot to it. There's also another protective case on this lens. You got the battery in here. You just pull this little tab, it pulls out. You got the on and off button here. It's also the mode button to change what you're doing when you're in the settings or in the screens. You got this is your OK button, or this will, if you push this when you're in video mode, will start the video or end it. It'll take pictures if you're in picture mode. These are your up and down arrows. Here's your slot for your SD card. It's spring loaded. It just pushes in, pops back out. That's your mini HDMI port. I'll get that backwards. That's your HDMI port. That's your mini USB for charging or to connect it to your computer. So I need to get an SD card to put in here. Something you need. You should format it while it's in here. I never just take the pictures off of here. I always format it every time I remove the picture, or I take pictures off to delete them. And it's just better for the camera and for the SD card. So there's your mini USB cable. You got all these different connectors. I mean, there's a little of everything. You shouldn't need much more than this. I haven't found it. This is the case for the camera. If you don't need the waterproof case, there's a plug to charge it with. An extra back for the waterproof case if you need it. Some Velcro straps. This does come with a second battery, so there's the battery. Unfortunately, these things don't come with battery chargers, and they have to be charged in the camera, and you only charge one at a time. So you got cleaning cloth and some more straps. So you can see on here you can get a charger to go with this, and some other accessories, SD cards. So it says you get a free gift for something, probably for, they walk you through how to redeem it. So you can read that when you get time. Comes in multiple languages. You got the manual here, which tells you a lot of what I already told you. How to change the battery. I really like this, because most people don't know what to do with all this. But they give you all these little examples on how to use these, or how to plug them all together, or in different combinations and what to use them on. So that's kind of nice. So walk through playing it, all the basics, what everything does, how everything works, change the batteries, how to change the settings. So let me get a SD card and I'll walk you through the camera and the settings. Okay, so I got an SD card here. So like I said, go big or go home. So I got the biggest one at all, 32 gigs. So this just slides in here. So it's spring loaded. So you just push it in there with your fingernails. It stays in there. Push it, it'll pop back out. So here's your on and off button. Push and hold that for a second. This will start up, give you a little screen. So right off the bat, you can see that it's in video mode because it's got a little camera or video icon there. So here it tells you how long you have based on, right now it's set up at 1080p at wide mode. So that's telling you how much video you can take on this before the card fills up. Tells you how much battery you got left. This hasn't been charged because I took it right out of the box, and it's almost dead. So I might have to change another battery. So to change what you're doing here, and to get off of video mode, you push the power button again, and now it goes to a camera up here. So now I'm in camera mode. It's set up for 12 megapixels at wide. I can shoot 999,000 pictures before this card fills up at that level. So you push this again. Well, to take a picture, you just push this button on top. You hear it click, takes a picture. Shows you I took one picture. Same with video. When you're in video mode, if you push that, that'll start video. Here, let's go back there. So in video mode, you just push this top button. You can see it's got the wrong date and time on here. And it's recording because it's in red. You can see it going up. Lights flashing. To stop it, you just push it again. Now it stops. So to change mode again, you push this front button. Now I'm in camera mode. This is burst mode. So I think it looks like it's set up to take 3 pictures at a time. So when you push this, yeah, it took 3 pictures. All this can be changed in the settings. So if you hit the front button again, now I'm in time lapsed. It's still set up for 12 megapixels. So this you can set up to do like 1 second, 30 seconds, 60 seconds, however you want to do it. Again, you just hit this top button, it'll start it. That way you can get in the picture if you want. This is the settings. So if you hit this button on top, that selects it. First thing you should do is go down to your timestamp, or to your date and time actually, and change your date and time. Because if you're going to have this on the screen, you want it to be right. I'm not going to do that right this second, but you understand. So you can change your language, power frequency, whether you want sound when you push the buttons. You can rotate the screen. Let's say you got this somewhere and you got this upside down. You want to tell it that so the picture's not taken upside down, so it'll take it right. It's got a screensaver. It's got an auto power off. Here's where you format the card. So if you put a new card in here, or you just took pictures off or you're done with them, you should come here and format it with the camera. The SD cards just work so much better when you format it with the device that they're in than doing it somewhere else. You can reset everything, get it back to factory settings. You can check the version of the software on here. You can update that. So when you're in here, you can go to video and pick, you want 1080p, 720. They do have 4K on here. They didn't say that they had 4K on the box, because I should read the instructions. But 4K is at 10 frames per second. That is kind of slow. And you might not have that based on how big of a SD card you have in here, because that takes a lot of space up. So if you don't have room for it, you won't even have that. It'll be grayed out. You won't be able to select it. So you can go into your video looping. That's if your card fills up. Does it just stop and stop recording, or do you want it to record and loop over your oldest data or oldest movies? Or that's up to you. You can lose something that way, or you can keep on recording if you don't realize that your card's full. Again, your timestamp, whether you want the date and time on the video and the pictures, that's up to you. You don't have to have it on there. You can change the exposure, the photo resolution, so you can go up to 12 or you can go down to 8, 5, 2. It's up to you. You can get more pictures that way, but the quality's not as good. There are your burst photos. You can change how many photos. Right now it's set up for 3. You can do time lapse and what settings you want on that. So you got 2, 3, 5, 10, 20, 30, and 60 seconds. So you can pick how many times you want that. You get the continuous lapse. That's on and off, so that's up to you. So that's about it. And to get out of here, you just come all the way to the bottom through all these menus. It comes up to the X, and then you hit the OK button, and then you're back to your video. That's about it. It's pretty simple, not too hard. To turn this thing off, you just push and hold the front power button again for a few seconds. It goes off. So I'm going to take some video and some pictures, and I'll add them on here.